Is it the Kabul? I don't know if I'm
You
saying this
guys
right.
hear me? What's the capital
Kabul?
of Afghanistan? Can you guys say it? Let's see. Can you guys, everyone, put it on your monitors and put it on your camera, please? What is the capital of Afghanistan? Who wants to tell me? Luca. Luca, what's the capital of Afghanistan?
Is it Kabul?
Okay, why don't you try pronounce it?
Kabul.
Kabul. Everyone say it. So let's see who we have in the class.
Kabul?
Yeah, we have Chloe here. Okay. Awesome. Let's see here. Just one sec here. Good. Okay, there. Okay, participants. Chloe, are you there?
Yeah.
Where is Afghanistan?
Near Asia.
What part of Asia? Is it part of Chinese Asia?
No.
Okay, so how would you describe the location of Afghanistan? Can you see my map here?
Yes.
Okay, so you guys are mainland Chinese pretty much. Your family came from here. Also, Israel is also in Asia. This is called Central Asia. Does that make sense? Okay, let's see here, going down. Alfred, tell me some neighboring countries of Afghanistan. Alfred, go.
Iran, Pakistan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan.
Good.
Uzbekistan.
Okay, very good. Okay, what do these countries have in common, Justin?
They're all in the Middle East.
Sort of. It's not exactly the Middle East. The Middle East would be more around Israel, Syria, Levant. This is Central Asia, okay? But what religion do you think these people are? If you had to guess.
Muslim.
Very good, very good. So do you also notice a similarity in the names of the countries?
They all have stand at the end.
Yes, yeah, it means the nation of
Stands.
Exactly. Okay, so we know a little bit about the situation. Let's see here. New share. Wonderful. Document. Okay, so let's go down my list. Michael. Are you there, Michael? I would like you to read the everything before the line, please, Michael.
Okay. 2 options only. Leave Afghanistan permanently and only returning if Taliban attack foreigners.
Foreigners. Okay, stop for a second. So, first of all, what is the Taliban? Can you please tell me what the Taliban is, what it means, why it's important, why is it all over the news?
I've never actually heard of this word, so I can't answer that question.
Okay, so if you go on the news, every front page is about the war in Afghanistan right now. There's a conflict, okay? So this debate, we have a dichotomy, which is only two options here. Leave Afghanistan and only return if they attack us or other countries, or commit to future time of building the country up and fighting the Taliban. Who wants to tell me what the Taliban is? Tell me in the chat right now if you know what the Taliban is and why it's important for today's lesson. Are you guys? What is this? Okay. Do you guys hear what I said? Let's see here. Alfred. Okay. Do you believe they are terrorists, Alfred?
Yeah. Well, I think they're regarded by like everyone as terrorists.
Okay.
So.
What defines a terrorist? How would you classify? Because the government right now of Afghanistan is the Taliban, and the government of Canada is is the prime minister? What if they call Trudeau a terrorist? What defines the Taliban as a terrorist, and let's say a normal country like ours not being terrorists?
Well, like they like kill people, cause damage,
Okay.
and negatively impacts the country.
Okay. And we'll go into how they treat women and children, but they share some very different views than you and I, Alfred, right? Justin. And by the way, guys, I'm sending the transcripts to your parents. So you guys give good answers, because I know parents, they get responses and they're like, wow, my child is so smart. Do you get what I'm saying? We're here, so whenever this stuff is discussed, you win the debate. If you can debate and hold your own, you can go anywhere in life. Does that make sense, guys? Do you guys get what I'm saying? Is that clear? Okay, Justin.
Yeah.
A religious group. Yes. Okay, so tell me, am I also religious? Am I part of a religious group?
Yes.
So are we the same thing, me and the Taliban? I'm here
No.
at a kids camp, and I'm here talking to kids, and I'm here to teach them what's the difference between my group and their group.
You believe in different things.
Okay, do we treat people differently? Maybe, who knows? Okay,
Yes.
Chloe, can you put your answer? Everyone knows, right? Do you think that they treat men and women the same? Chloe,
The Taliban?
Yes. How do you
Yeah.
think the Taliban treats women, Chloe?
Not very kindly.
Do you think
They
that?
probably,
Keep going. Keep going, please.
they probably hurt women, and like maybe they force men into like war and join them. Versus women,
Good.
they're just like hurting them and just not being very good towards them.
Raping.
Okay, good, Jason. I feel you, but what are you doing right now, Chloe?
What do you mean? What am I doing right now?
I mean, you're doing an activity with me right now, with us. What are we doing?
Talking about Taliban and like how they're.
Are we
parents-
learning? Maybe we're learning about adult matters. And do you
Yeah.
see how I give you the same material as the boys, right? I don't care.
Yeah.
What am I trying to get you to say? Do you get what I'm saying?
Oh, girls and boys should be equal.
But what do boys get that girls don't? It's do you get? So right now you're in my class, right?
Yeah.
And I'm treating you the same as Jason.
Yeah.
Your gender doesn't matter to me, because in my culture, all kids get education, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tell me how the Taliban view education.
Maybe they view that only men should get education and women
Yes.
stay at home.
Yes. So do you think women have a lot of rights?
No.
Do you think women are happy with the Taliban taking over?
No.
Okay, very good. Everyone has to contribute, right? But especially Alfred. I'll call your mom. That's a threat, by the way.
Okay.
I'll tell her. But then again, if you do good, I'll give you props. You know, if you do, I'll hook you up. Okay, so two options. Do you guys understand? We either say, listen, that's your culture, that's your country, we're bouncing, right? Or we get together with some friends and we go in and we rock the Taliban. Does that make sense? Say yes.
Yes.
Jason, read
Yeah.
number 1, please.
Yes.
Good. Jason, read for me. Read. Good.
Okay. Afghanistan is an Islamic country situated in Central Asia. The neighboring countries include Pakistan, Tajikistan, and Iran. The capital and the biggest city is Kabul. Other large cities include Herat and Kandahar. Why do so
Good.
many island countries have land?
Yes, because that is the route for a land. Okay.
Why is there so many countries that have flags with the English flag, smaller version?
The English flag is because of the British colonies, but this isn't a British issue right now. We're going to go into that.
And also,
Okay.
why do so many of them named Stan?
I know. Justin, read number 2 for me.
Pashto and Dari spoken. The Dari is a regional form of Farsi or Persian Iranian.
Okay, very good, Justin. I want you to tell me what you know about Iran and Persians.
I don't know much about them.
Oh, anything? I mean, it's good to know. So essentially, they're a similar culture. Makes sense? Similar language, similar food, and they have religious similarities, right? Okay, who's next? Luca, I want you to read number 3 for me.
Okay. The Pashtun are the largest and most powerful.
The Pashtun. The Pashtun.
The Pashtun are the largest and most powerful ethnic tribe. The Hazara are Turkic people. I'm probably saying that wrong.
Turkic people. I made a spelling error because I didn't do spell check. Who are heavily discriminated against. Okay, so essentially, your rights depends on how you look. If you have more like Turkish or Asian, but they look more like, it's hard to explain, but there's a marked difference between the two people, different languages, different culture, that kind of thing. I hope you guys understand. Who's next? Who has, Michael, who hasn't read yet? Who hasn't read?
I haven't read yet.
All right, Chloe, why don't you help me out? Number 4, Chloe, go.
Afghanistan was heavily hit during the Cold War. The Mujahideen
Good.
fighters were backed by allied forces, including USA, UK, and France.
Okay, give me some reasons why the Soviets might have wanted to invade Afghanistan.
I'm not sure.
What's a proxy war?
There's oil
Okay,
or
To-
uranium there.
Okay, hear me out. This is Chloe's turn. Chloe, tell me why there might be interest in Afghanistan.
Maybe there's a lot of resources there.
Very good. And also, maybe there's lots of countries, so it could be a good defense against any incoming militants potentially, right?
Yeah.
Okay, they were treated very, very badly. Okay, and who do you think backed the Mujahideen, Chloe?
Maybe those US and UK and France.
So I'm gonna ask you guys all a question right now. It's in the chat. Okay, everyone listen, look for the chat. During the Cold War, the West backed the Taliban, whereas we fight them now. What do you think of this change in relationship? Does that make sense, guys? Guys.
Yeah.
Okay, what everyone, Alfred, Justin, Michael, everyone. Make sense?
Yeah.
All right. All right, guys, go. Go now. And as you answer, I'll answer them. All right, guys.
I'm not really sure what to write.
Just give me an answer. Use your brain and try to do some problem solving. Make sense?
Okay.
What does it say about the nature of war, how things change? What does it have to do with thinking into the future? Just give me your thoughts. It's not a test, okay? Everyone, just give me your thoughts and we'll just open up the discussion, okay?
want to play werewolf?
What?
What?
What do you say, sir? Didn't hear you.
There's this new thing called Zoom tabs, and I downloaded a werewolf, so that like it gets sent in chat, and everyone just says, "I'm gonna invite you to play werewolf."
You listen, man. Just no emojis. Just put your words. All right, guys. Justin, read your answer for the class.
I think that the West are now unhappy because about their relationship because they helped them before and now and didn't expect themselves to be fighting them.
Okay, that's very good. I'm going to say this. The West All right, keep going. I gave you an answer. Alfred, read my answer.
Okay. The West expected Afghanistan to be to want to be like America, but they rejected Western values for their own culture and lifestyle.
What do you think about that? Is that an adequate analysis? What do you think about that?
Yeah.
Do you think that we could force the Chinese people to want to be like Canadians? Can you force people to do anything?
No.
So
It's morally wrong, but you can.
No, but the second you take your foot away off their neck, they go back to doing what they did before. Remember, when the Taliban went for control of Kabul, there was hundreds of thousands of American trained of Afghani forces. Did they fight? No, they just gave up and left. 20 years of fighting, right? All right, let's see here. Alfred, read out loud for me.
Okay. I think that the West did not know what the outcome of backing the Taliban would be. I missed now.
Whatever, it's okay.
That's second fast. Sorry. They have realized that the Taliban did not become what they expected. They have negatively impacted the world, and the West thought that helping them would make them better.
Okay, very good. So just off the cusp of your shirt or of your hat, just on a fly, tell me some things that the Taliban do that are morally repulsive to us in the West.
Wait, me?
Yeah, can you guess? So, I mean, if the Taliban is bad, what are we judging them on? What's the standard, right? If we're a good country and they're a bad country under the Taliban, what is the basis of the judgment? I'll give an example, okay? For example,
war.
But everyone starts, that's subjective, right? I'll give you an answer. You can claim they're bad because they don't give women education, okay? Girls cannot learn under the Taliban, okay? They can go to jail for going to school, essentially. They will kill a teacher. Make sense? That's a heavy crime. They can sell opium. Do you know what opium is? It's a drug. So is that weird that they can sell drugs, but they can't give a girl an education? They see us as backwards. Does that make sense a little bit? Okay.
Bro, opium sucks.
Well, which all drugs are bad. They come from the devil.
Yep,
Okay.
Yep, they do.
Okay, who hasn't written yet? Chloe, are you still writing?
I don't know what to write.
Okay. Go move on. I'm just going to read the facts for you, and then we'll get into the discussion, okay? Okay, so in 1980, there was a Moscow Olympics. All the countries came there, okay? But some of the allied Western countries, Israel, Canada, America, and so forth. So listen, because of your war crimes in Afghanistan, they killed thousands of Afghanistan people for their own selfish Soviet conquest. Make sense, guys? If it makes sense, say yes. Make sense?
Yes.
It makes.
Makes sense. Obviously, if someone's doing bad things, you're not going to go to their party. Does that make sense? If your neighbor is doing criminal things, you're not coming to his party. Okay? Who here knows what 9/11 is?
Me.
Okay.
Me.
Okay. What year was 9/11?
It's 2001.
Yeah.
How many years is the anniversary coming up? Does anyone think that the 20th anniversary of 9/11 is important to the story? Anybody? Am I the only one?
Wait, can you repeat what you just said?
So 20 years ago, 9/11 happened, okay?
Okay.
What happened with 9/11 is Al Qaeda, it was a Muslim terrorist group, decided to attack New York, the Pentagon. I was 14 years old. I was a high school student going, I think, grade 9. We were so scared. So the guy's name was Osama bin Laden. Who knows this name?
I do. I've heard of it.
Yes. Jason, you're American, right?
Yeah, but I'm only 11.
What?
I'm 11 and I came here only 2017.
But are you a citizen of America or you're not?
I think I am. Yeah, I don't pay
Either
attention
you
to that, but
are,
I'm pretty,
either you are American or you're not.
I'm pretty sure I am.
Okay, this should matter to you. You should know who Osama bin Laden is. This guy attacked your country. Okay? Does anybody think Osama bin Laden is still alive? Who thinks he's still alive? Chloe, is he dead or alive?
I'm not sure if he's dead or alive, but maybe he's still alive.
No, he died. He was murdered. He was killed by the US SEALs in 2011 in Pakistan. The Pakistan government was hiding him. Okay? There you go. Who we got here? Alfred. Let's see here. Luca, read this out loud for me.
Okay. Like my thing though, right?
Yeah, this is your words. Show me
Okay.
some amazing public speaking, my man. You can do it.
I have terrible public speaking. 'Cause
Why?
COVID, I guess.
Oh, come on.
And I've been speaking a lot to
You can
people.
do so well, man. Just practice, eh? Let's go.
Well, I kind of accidentally hit enter because I wanted to read it back. So I was
Just-
gonna switch the first part.
It's
But-
listen, don't give me excuses. Read out loud for me.
I think that people's thoughts can switch a lot.
Okay?
Is what I thought of first.
I don't care. I'm not gonna be grammar Nazi. I don't care. Just right now, we're not focused about we're doing just brainstorming and critical thinking. We're not doing grammar, okay? And syntax. I want your ideas.
Okay. I think that the West, that the Taliban were doing like good things,
Okay,
and
by
they
fighting.
saw that the Taliban weren't doing things and were doing not great things.
Okay. Michael Lee,
Yeah.
do you think that the Taliban has changed from the time that they were backed by the Americans to today? Have they changed their culture? Michael Lee.
Have to change their culture?
Yes.
Maybe they did, because their culture isn't that good right now. So maybe it was like,
No, I'm
which is
talking.
why the Americans backed them up.
So 2001, do you understand the narrative, Michael?
Okay, well,
2001, Osama bin Laden. Do you know this name, Michael?
I've never heard of that name.
How do you not know this name? We have to show a picture of this guy. It's very important. Okay, let's see. This is the most famous terrorist of the world. Okay. Who can see my screen? Let's not that one. Who sees my screen?
I do.
Okay, anyone recognize this face? Does this guy look familiar or not familiar? Come on.
Which guy?
Do you not see my screen? Oh,
Oh
sorry.
wait, no, I see the other page. Like
How
not-
about here? How about here?
Oh, there we
Okay,
go.
yes.
Does anyone
That's-
does anyone
okay.
recognize this guy?
Yes.
Does he look like a friendly guy? Alfred, do
No.
you want to hang out with this guy?
Yeah,
Well, he's
He's dead. But would you want to spend time with this guy?
I would. He looks nice.
Okay, good. He's 6'8". He's very tall.
yeah.
Why do you think he hates America so much?
Oh yeah,
Chloe,
if I hang out with him, he's gonna kill me in a second.
no, Chloe, why does he hate America?
I'm not sure why he hates America. Maybe America
What?
goes against his ideal.
Exactly. So do you think America's values are the same as his values?
No.
How many wives do I have?
One.
Is that normal for my culture, you think?
I think that's normal for your culture.
Yeah. Is it no? So you're Chinese, eh? How many husbands will you have?
One.
This guy had like 20 wives. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So how do you think he would feel if I was like, hey, Osama, you shouldn't have 40 wives. You should have one wife and take care of your kids. Would he appreciate me?
No.
Michael Lee, do you think he loves LGBT pride?
Probably not.
No. Alfred, is this guy gonna walk in the gay pride parade in heaven? Is this guy? How does he feel about women's empowerment?
No, he doesn't. No.
So you wouldn't say he's a fan about you go girl or women doing well in school? No. Okay, let's go next here. New share. Let's see here. So do we all understand who Osama bin Laden is, guys? The most famous terrorist of at least my generation, okay? All right. Okay, Justin, read number 6 for me.
After 9/11, Al-Qaeda leader Osama bin Laden escaped into the Afghanistani mountain and was harbored by the Taliban. This was the first reason for entry, 2001.
I really appreciate that, man. Jason, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, awesome, Jason. Number 7 for me, please.
The Taliban adhere to a strict form of Sunni Islam, where women are given little agency. They cannot leave homes without an authorized male. They cannot hold bank accounts, drive cars, show their face, or otherwise women enjoy in the West.
Okay, question for you, Jason.
And that's why Taliban's are idiotic.
Okay, so I'm going to type a question in the chat and everyone has to answer, okay? What things can women do in Canada that they cannot do under the Taliban? Does that make sense? Homies, Luca, Justin, Michael, Alfred, everybody.
I'm actually in my cottage, not my home.
So I'm at my, where do you think I am? Does anyone see where I am, guys? Does this look like I'm at home?
Actually, yeah, it does.
Or it looks like I'm on a beach in a beach house. Look, try to see. I'm just trying to move my.
Oh, it looks like there's grass out there.
Well, I'm literally in a house right on the beach, right on the water. It's so beautiful with waves. You have no idea how nice it is where I am. I spend my summers here, and the rest of the year I'm have to go back to Toronto. You guys get me? Okay, skiing is not really a big deal. Who thinks that skiing is their biggest worry? Alfred.
If I think skiing
is the biggest worry. Do you think they're protesting because they can't ski?
No.
I can't ski. I don't care. Michael Lee.
Hi.
How do they get money if they can't get a job? How do they get money?
Get it from their husbands, obviously.
Yeah, I'm talking to Michael.
I'm still here.
Okay, if they can't get a job, how do they get money?
They can get it from the husband. If they don't have a husband, then I don't really know what to do, actually.
Well, how it works is that the women are the property of the father. And he's very anxious to marry her off to give the responsibility away. Does that make sense? So everything has to go through the husband. So do you think that she has freedom to go to the mall and this and this and this, or she has to beg her husband?
What do you
think,
is this
Michael? Yeah, Michael, do you think that she has to beg her husband or
To
her
go to-
father? No, to buy anything. She can't do anything without her husband. Make sense?
Yeah, so yeah.
So
yeah.
she's responsible. Chloe, if a girl can't get an education, what does that mean?
If she can't get an education, maybe she won't be respected, or she can't go and get a job.
Do you think that educated women are respected in Afghanistan?
No,
Do you think that the Taliban will fill any jobs with women?
no,
Okay, so do you remember how many years they have been there, the Americans? Do you remember how many years have the Americans, Canadians been there?
like living.
Like
like,
no, like we have been backing up the Afghanistan non-Taliban army, and they have been making like a lot of rights for women. Okay,
Okay.
does that make sense? So when the Americans were there, we gave women lots of rights and jobs, right?
Mm-hmm.
So for the past 20 years, Afghanistani women became used to a normal life. So you can go get a job, get married, have kids, not have kids, you get me?
Mm-hmm.
So let's say you were 20 years old, right? When you were born, the Taliban was already out. You have never lived under the Taliban. Do you get what I'm trying to say? The only way that you could have these rights is if we go there and fight the Taliban.
So if you fight the Taliban, you can like try to fight for your rights back.
No, so we put a government in place to fight the Taliban. But when we left, instead of fighting the Taliban, they gave up and stole the money. The only way that we guarantee the women's and children's rights is if we stay there permanently, like a babysitter.
Oh, so Canada and US stay in Afghanistan, or like back them up, then women can have their rights. But since they left and nobody's fighting the Taliban, they no longer can get rights.
Exactly, because all those positions, right? If a woman was driving a car, she could get beat up or killed. Make sense?
Yes.
It's a crime. So the women there didn't know what to do. Imagine you're a teenage girl, right? Used to like being liberal and going out. And now these Taliban guys are coming and there's no one to save you anymore because the Americans are gone. Alfred,
Hello.
is it wrong to try to change another people's culture? Is it wrong to force another people to give up their ways?
Yes.
Okay, so you know how like for us, like within residential schools, we tried to make them like white with like white names and cut their hair. You feel me, right?
Yeah.
What the Afghanistan people are saying is, America, you don't understand us. This is our ways. Mind your own business. What do you say to that argument?
Wait, pardon?
So Afghanistan people want to live like this, right?
Yeah.
But America says, we don't want you to live this way because it goes against our values. So America forces their way in to force women and kids to have rights.
Yeah.
So is it wrong for America to say, hey, Afghanistan, your culture is less good than our culture? You get me? Do you get what I'm saying? Because I'll give you this argument. Do you know in Korea they eat dogs? Korea eats dogs, okay?
Yeah, I know that. And
Yeah.
sometimes in China.
Yeah, but it's getting less with like younger, more like, you know. How do you think I view dog eaters?
Really bad because it's an animal, it's a pet. We owed them for thousands of years. They trusted us and now we're eating them.
Is it wrong for me to judge someone who eats dog and say, ew, you're gross, you're eating a pet? Is it wrong for me to judge the culture?
But then again, like people keep pigs as pets and then you eat them the same way.
Exactly.
So
So the question is, are we in a position to tell Afghanistan what to do?
technically, no. But, like
Their argument is
most
mind your
ethical
business.
choice- the most ethical choice is to say like we should have women that like we should give women rights, you know.
They said no. We've asked them. They said, okay, we respect your opinion. We don't want them to have rights. It goes against
But
their
like
worldview.
if you think about it, right? So maybe the women want to have rights. So like for example, if you know, Chinese or like the Korean people were forced to eat dogs against their will,
You got it.
that would, you know, it would allow us to force our way in and stop that, right?
Yes. And by the way, Alfred, you're sounding like an American actually. Do you understand that this is like, you know how they make fun of like those rednecks? It's like, yeah, America. We're just gonna get there and shove our. You get what I'm saying, Alfred?
Yeah, yeah.
You get the bravado, right? Everyone makes fun of America being the world police. Okay. Let's see here. Who's next here? Who hasn't read? Who wants to speak out? Michael Lee. 8.
Eight.
Let's see. Where am I here? Were you talking about that? 8. Do 8 for me, Michael
Okay,
Lee.
the Taliban enforced religious laws which were sharply different from than common law. If a
Good.
woman is accused of cheating, the burden is on her to prove her innocence.
Good.
No presumption of innocence.
No
Thief is
presumption.
punish-
No presumption.
presumption of innocence.
Good.
Thief is punishable by
Theft. Theft. Theft.
death.
Good. Theft
Okay,
is
theft is punishable by amputation. Many crimes
amputation.
are
What's amputation?
Cutting off a limb. Cutting off your arm or your leg.
You kidding me? That's
Yep,
That's-
that's the law in Taliban right now. Yes,
flipping.
I agree.
Many
That's stucking
crimes-
against
Keep
my
going.
right.
Keep going.
many crimes are punishable by stoning, lashes, beheading, and so forth.
Okay, I'm gonna go over some. So listen to me. So Taliban is the Muslim group that runs Afghanistan after the Americans left. Common law is Canadian or British law. That is like, okay, I have a question for you guys. Is cheating against the law in Canada and America? Is it against the law to cheat?
No.
It's
No.
against my religious law.
Yes.
So is there a difference between religious law and civil law? What do you Justin, what happens if a woman cheats in Afghanistan?
They get some sort of punishment.
Capital punishment, yes. They put her in a ditch and they throw rocks at her till she's dead. Good. Okay, lashing. If you steal a little bit, they lash you with a stick. Makes sense? Okay. Luca, 9. Luca, go. Luca,
Okay, sorry. My mic's all weird, and I thought it was okay. Never
go,
mind.
Luca, go.
While publicly denounced LGBT, it was a common cultural norm for older men to sleep with young boys 13 to 25.
13,
aligned-
25. 13, 25.
13 to 25. When aligned forces arrived, they noticed that boys would touch them and had to back off. The American government, though the proxy Gahani,
Okay, I'm explaining all these words to you afterwards. Keep going.
made the practice illegal, but it was
Good.
properly enforced. There is a large public outcry regarding the treatment of women and children.
So LGBT stands for lesbian, that's 2 women together. Gay is 2 men. Bisexual is you like both. Transsexual means you change your gender. Is that clear? How-
Transsexual means like
Is it against the law to be gay in the West?
I don't think so.
No, you can get married. There's no punishment. What do you think? Can you get gay married in the Taliban?
I'm assuming not.
Okay, so we'll go over this. So they have a norm. Do you understand what it's saying? So from the ages of 13 and 25, young boys are like helpers to old men. And then when they get older, they do the same thing to young boys. Does that make sense? I'm going to ask you guys, answer me in the chat. I want you all to type in the chat now the answer. Go. How's it coming along, guys?
Mm.
You okay, bud?
Yeah, I'm okay.
All right. Alfred, do you understand the question?
Kinda.
So do you understand what the practice is?
Like
Men with boys in
yeah, like
Afghanistan.
they denounce the LGBT and then they like
Yes.
they'll have
Yes. I could. So you can't say you're gay, but this practice is okay. Do you guys understand,
doesn't
Chloe?
make very much sense, but
It doesn't make. I don't want to show you. They admit this. They actually say it's part of their. They're very proud of this culture.
Or you amputate that.
What? What do you say?
Amputation is really, really bad.
Yes, I would not recommend it. But in Canada, we had a guy named Terry Fox. I don't know if you know that name. And he ran across Canada with an amputated leg. Are you guys almost done typing? Are you guys typing or no?
I don't really know what to say.
Okay.
Like, all right.
Okay, so can we just understand something? So they are doing something very bad to young boys and young girls. Can we all agree? Chloe, do you understand?
Yes.
Is this behavior part of the LGBT that I described?
Like older men sleeping with younger boys.
Yes. Okay. So me, I share a bed with my wife. Am I part of the LGBT?
No.
Okay. Technically, are these people part of the LGBT?
No.
Well, what does it mean to be LGBT?
Well, yes, but they don't like say they're LGBT.
But I mean, how would you describe the action of an old man with a young boy? That would be the second letter, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Because that doesn't describe my lifestyle, right?
Yeah.
So they publicly admit they do this, but if anyone admits it's kind of like this. Their ego says that they're straight, aggressive men who enjoy this, but they're still men. Does that make sense? There's a conflict of identity there. Okay, that's good. And once again, women get no education, and therefore they cannot do anything without the permission of a man. Anytime a woman got a job in the past 20 years, she was kicked out. Alfred, read number 1 for me.
The Afghanistan culture is very different than ours. Is it right to judge another country? Are all cultures equal?
I already asked.
Objectively
Give
wrong.
me your brief opinion. Is it wrong for us to judge them on doing this behavior?
No. Well,
let's see.
Yes. No.
Let's see.
No.
Okay, let's see here. So, who here thinks that when they come to the West, they change their behavior?
Pardon?
Do you think that they change their behavior when they come to the West?
No, probably not.
Alfred, you're going to be read the headline, please.
All right. 5 Afghan teens convicted of rape in Sweden. Oh, okay.
Keep going.
The court heard that the teenagers forced the victim, who was 15 at the time of the incident, into a forested area on the outskirts of Uppsala in October.
Okay, so in Canada, how do people date? What do you need to date someone in Canada? Alfred, it starts with a C.
Consent?
Yes. Okay. Exactly. I think someone's entering here. 1 second. Exactly. In this part, there is none required as per the culture. Does that make sense? Do you understand there's a division in the culture? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go back here. Now, number 2, I want Chloe to read, please.
The West has been there for over 20 years. They have spent trillions to train, arm, and educate the population. If they were unsuccessful before, what says they will succeed this time?
Okay, I want your opinion. So we spent 20 years, thousands of people died. Do you understand, Chloe?
In Afghanistan?
Yes, Canadians and Americans and people from all countries. They've been fighting the Taliban for 20 years, okay?
Okay.
So do you know why they've been successful? I'll tell you. They're only successful when they're there full time. The second they leave, anyone who allies with them leaves. Does that kind of make sense?
Yes.
They're not going to stay if the allies leave.
Yes.
Angelina, are you here?
Yeah.
We're talking about Afghanistan. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Where's Afghanistan, my dude? Which part of the world is it? Afghanistan.
Do you mean like
Which part? Like, is it North America? Is it China? Is it Africa? Where's Afghanistan?
so continent, right?
What region would you describe?
Isn't it in Asia?
Yes. Is it Chinese Asia or a different kind?
I'm pretty sure it's like
Central Asia.
South
Okay.
Asia. Yeah.
Okay. 3. Read 3 for me, Angelina.
Okay. There have been
By the way, there have been. I was just doing this. You get what I'm saying. So
Yes.
there have been.
there have been comparisons made between the exit of Saigon, Vietnam,
Yes. Yes.
and Kabul.
Yes.
In both situations, helicopters lifted people from the American embassy.
Good.
Does retreat mean failure? What would be considered a success?
Do you think that we have to go and say that America lost the war because the Taliban is in power and Americans left? Is that a loss to America?
Wait, so if the Taliban left?
So America was in charge for 20 years, okay? 20 years America was in charge. They took all the problems and they put women into roles. They gave women education. They had the right to vote and to have money. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the second that the Americans left, the Taliban took over and took away all the women's and children's rights.
Okay.
So this is my issue. America left because they can't afford to pay for this war anymore. But even if they stayed, do you think America could support being there indefinitely? Angelina.
Well, technically not, because
Okay.
I mean, what's the point of them being there if they can't really like support everybody?
Exactly. So imagine you're an adult and you and your husband have a son who's 50 years old and you have to be there and micromanage everything he does. And the second you leave, he destroys the house. He's 50 years old. How will you feel?
Bad.
Yes. Okay, good. Who's next? 4, who hasn't read? Michael. No, sorry, Jason. Jason.
You feel failed.
Sorry?
You would feel like you failed because, like, bro, your kid is that old and he's still being childish.
Yes, you would think that you failed, correct. Could you read number 4 for me, Jason?
Okay. President Gandhi fled the country with millions of dollars of cash. Should he be held responsible for abandoning post during a crisis? What should the international community do? You should be like punished because like, bruh.
What happened to the Titanic? Did the captain go down with the ship or he ran away?
I think he went down.
So what, and do you think the president left with a little bit of money or lots of money?
Lots of.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you guys a question in the chat. Okay, it's a comprehension question. Okay. Jason, read my question out loud.
The Afghanistan said that we are wrong to judge their practice. What do you say about this?
Read in the chat. The chat.
Yeah, I'm reading in the chat.
We have evidence.
Oh yeah, we have evidence that the American-backed president left with hundreds of millions of dollars in cash. What should happen to him?
I want you all to write in the chat. I want everyone to write in the chat. Go. Jason, would you support if he gave back the money, that's enough?
Yeah.
Whose money is that, Jason, that he took?
It's the Americans.
Americans, Canadians, and Allied forces. How does the government get that money?
By calling out for help.
So is he stealing money from the government or is he stealing money from the people? Think about it.
Money from the people.
Okay. Alfred, read your answer.
All right. He should be punished because he exploited his country during a time of crisis.
Good.
Just to make money.
Good.
The president is about helping your country and being a leader. Stealing millions of dollars and leaving your country to be destroyed is unacceptable.
Okay, so do you know that he has an American passport? His kids live in America. If they wanted to, they could go after this guy, okay? Michael, are you writing your answer?
I was writing my answer.
Okay.
But then, my answer was basically just reworded already and already sent.
Okay. Good. Okay, here. Michael Lee, you're going to do a little bit of reading for me. Read the headline. Michael Lee.
There is no headline. It's still just...
Oh, sorry. How about now?
I see it now. Internal State Department cable warned Blinken of pending Afghanistan collapse.
What does pending mean?
Pending, like, happening.
happening
about
now.
to happen.
Very good. Anthony Blinken is the Secretary of State for America. So what they're saying is that they knew what was going to happen before it happened, giving them adequate time to prepare. Okay, this is, let's see here. I want Chloe to read for me. Chloe.
Yeah, a confidential internal State Department cable was sent to the Secretary of State Antony Blinken last month warning about the potential collapse of Afghanistan following the full withdrawal of U.S. forces on August 31st. Fox News confirmed Thursday.
Give me another sentence, please. Another paragraph, please.
Roughly 24 officials stationed at the U.S. Embassy in Kabul sent a memo through the department's confidential dissent channel to alert Blinken, along with another State Department official, that the Taliban was well positioned to take over the nation. The Wall Street Journal first reported.
What does dissent mean, Chloe?
Which sentence?
Dissent.
Like
Dissent.
Oh, I'm not sure.
Does anyone know what dissent means? Alfred?
Decept is like to trick someone.
No, that's deceit. Who wants to look this word up and tell me? Deceit. It's the opposite of concurrence or agreeing. Dissent is to have an opposite view. If you have a court of law, the dissenting view is the people who voted against it in their reasoning. Is that clear? Is that clear, guys?
Yeah. For
Good.
some reason, I had like a brain fart and I thought it was.
No. Okay, Angelina, let's go. Angelina.
Yeah. The cable dated July 13 additionally provided suggestions on what should be done to counter the threat from the insurgent group and speed up the evacuation process.
Okay, do another paragraph, please.
Okay, among the recommendations made to the department was a suggestion to use tougher language when describing the atrocities.
Atrocities. Say it twice.
Atrocities
Yeah.
that the Taliban had already committed.
Okay, awesome. So question, what's insurgent? Has anyone heard that word insurgent? Insurgent. Who wants to look up the word insurgent? Look it up, guys. Let's see. Okay, my interesting story down. One sec. All right, cool. Okay, let's see here. Let's see there. Insurgent means a group that's fighting the government. Does that make sense, guys? Jason, what does insurgent mean? Jason? Insurgent.
Insurgent?
Insurgent.
I don't know what it means.
Look it up in the dictionary and tell me.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm putting you on the spot.
Insurgent meaning. And the surgeon.
Read
a
it.
rebel or revolutionary.
It's based revolutionary, yes.
Oh, hell. Oh, no. Stop.
Can I ask you a question? Do you sometimes use that to get answers?
What?
Do you ever use that to get answers?
Yeah, once.
Once? You know lying is a sin, right? Be honest.
Quite a lot of times, and during a lot of other classes.
Does it work?
Yes.
But it doesn't make you smart, does it?
It
does the
if
thinking
you
for you,
memorize
right?
It does if I memorize it.
All right.
And why do you put me on the spot? There's like a lot of.
Okay, Michael. Who's next? Who hasn't read recently? Let's see here. Luca, go. Luca.
Yes.
It was immediately
brought to the secretary's attention.
It was immediately.
It was immediately brought to the secretary's attention, and he personally approved the response. The source.
Why don't you read for me, Luca?
Yes.
It was.
It was immediately brought to the secretary's attention, and he personally approved the response. The source told Fox News.
Good. One other paragraph.
Did you not? Okay, I think something's weird with my mic because I said it before and I don't think you heard me.
Probably a mic. Technology is not my friend. Keep going.
Yes, we appreciated the thoughts of the drafters, which reflected much of the thinking at the department and without the interagents. For example, the cable coincided with the launch of Operations Allies Refuge.
Okay.
The effort to bring SIV applicants to the United States, the source said. We have consistently encouraged constructive use of the channel, which this was, and we conveyed that sentiment in our response. Sorry,
So essentially, the American government in Kabul from the embassy got a tip off that if the Americans left, all these things would happen. I'm going to ask you guys a question in the chat. A little bit of logic. Here we go. If America knew that chaos, that people would be killed, hurt if they left, are they responsible for what happens after they left? Alfred, do you understand the question?
Yes, I do.
So they got information. Listen, if America leaves, all the Afghan fighters who support America are going to leave without support. If America leaves, all this crime will happen to innocent people. Luca, do you understand the question?
Yep.
Everyone type me their answer and why. Don't just say yes or no. You must give me yes or no and why. Is that clear?
Yes.
Go. Always in the chat, guys. If it's not in the chat, that didn't happen. All right, Luca, read your answer for me.
They're responsible. My mic on, I can't tell.
You gotta read it loud. Gotta read out loud for me, man. Let's go back.
They are responsible. I put because twice.
Whatever, go.
They are responsible because they are the ones who left instead of staying and helping the people that they knew, and they knew that the people would be hurt.
Do you think America has a duty to stay there forever? How many years does America have to be there before the people are safe to go on their own? It's been 20 years so far.
I don't know, just until. Well, yes, I think they should until it ends.
So what if it's 50 more years and it costs trillions of dollars? Do you think American people are going to vote for that?
Probably not.
Why would American people pay more taxes to support a people who don't want to help themselves? Is that a fair argument?
Yes.
Okay, so but you do think America is being irresponsible. They are responsible and they should take responsibility for leaving and what happened by leaving, right? Okay, who's next? Who's next? Okay, let's see here. Justin, read your answer for me.
Yes, they are responsible because they knew and fully understood what would happen and they decided not to worry about that, although they could have prevented it.
Okay, Justin, how could they have prevented this from happening?
They could have prevented it by not leaving.
How about by just keeping enough people there to just support the just to support them, right?
Yeah.
You don't have to keep everyone on, just enough people to back them up. So Justin says they're responsible. Should they pay for their should America pay for the Taliban's crimes?
That depends on like the citizens.
So you're saying that America is responsible for the murders that the Taliban did because when America was there, the Taliban didn't do anything, right?
Yeah.
So why isn't the Taliban responsible for their actions? Why is everyone blaming America and not the Taliban? Isn't it racist to assume the Taliban can't be responsible? All right, let's see here. So Justin says yes. Chloe, read.
Yes and no. I don't think that America was responsible for the people who were killed since they weren't the ones doing the killing. But at the same time, they are responsible since it was the fact that the Americans left that people were killed.
Good.
And because they knew about what would happen but didn't do anything about it.
So tell me some things. So let's say you were working for the American government in Afghanistan, Chloe, and you got intelligence saying that if America leaves anytime soon, right, there will be instability, crime, revenge. You feel me? So tell me what is the correct response, Chloe.
Yes.
Tell me, if they, so there's two options. Should they stay there indefinitely and babysit and make America pay for it?
I don't think America should just stay there and babysit, but I think they should have like found another solution that could have prevented.
Okay,
like,
tell me, don't just say that. Give me a real solution because we need solutions. So this is what's happening. If America is there strong, the Taliban is scared and people aren't hurt. The second the Americans leave, they do everything they can to hurt people, right?
Yeah.
There's just two options. There's two options here.
Maybe like the solution you came up with before, leaving like the minimum amount of people that Taliban won't hurt the others.
So what you do is you go and slowly get less people progressively. Would you accept that answer, Chloe?
Yes.
So get them used to being on their own. Like you, okay, let's see. Alfred.
Hello.
You can skate, right?
Yes, I can.
Okay, tell me when you learned to skate, did you like have that metal thing that helped you stand up?
Is it like, yeah, I did, like, or you hold on to it and then
Like as like my son's age. Not my son's, but you know, like as a little boy, you can't hold up, so you hold this metal thing and you practice, right?
yeah. You like push it around, right?
Yeah. What would you say if someone's been skiing for 20 years and still uses that? You get what I'm trying to do here with the parallel.
Yeah.
So we've done 20 years of telling them that women are humans, they have rights, that children should be protected, that religion should be respected, but shouldn't be part of the government. You get what I'm saying? So how many more years? 50 more years? 50, 100 years. Never leave. Okay. Angelina, can you read your answer out loud for me, please?
Yes and no. I would say
Yes.
yes, because if America knew that people would be killed or harmed,
Yes.
they should have stayed or at least did something about it,
Yeah.
like contact other people.
Good.
But I would also say no, because it's not really America's responsibility, even
Good.
if they did do it for a period of time.
20 years.
It's not their responsibility, but they did hold up for 20 years. So even if they did leave, it's not their fault because they still did good for those 20 years.
Well, for 20 years, as I told the class before you, so let's say you're a 16-year-old girl. When you were born, you could do whatever you want. You never lived under the Taliban. Imagine you're like a normal girl, right? And all of a sudden, you have to wear this. Okay. Do you guys see this? Who here sees this?
I do.
Angelina, do you want to wear this?
No.
How about wearing this in like 40-degree heat? Imagine how much you sweat.
That's not good.
Okay, so imagine like you are dressing like a normal girl and the government comes and said, listen, as of today, you have to wear this. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Because you've never known, right now, you've never lived under this. You've only lived under Canadian law, right?
Yeah.
So imagine tomorrow, they say, if you don't wear it, you go to jail. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So do you want to wear, Chloe, do you want to wear this?
No,
Why?
because it's hot, like you said, in the summer.
Okay, but would you want to be forced to wear it? It's a difference. You can choose to wear. You can wear anything you want as long as it's like, not nudie, right? Or swear words, whatever. Actually, I'm not sure if you can wear swear words. I don't know. How would you feel about being told tomorrow that you have less rights than a boy? Tomorrow, like that.
I think it's really unfair, and I'm probably really mad and really upset.
Okay, so imagine that you're a 25-year-old girl, okay? You got a husband, your husband has a job, you got a job, and you guys have like a pretty equal marriage, right?
Uh-huh.
You have a car, you live like a normal, like suburban Markham person. You get me?
Mm-hmm.
You know where Markham is or no?
Yeah, I do.
Like York region, you get those houses, right? A normal family, right?
Yeah.
Imagine that tomorrow you're told that you can't leave home without your father or your husband. You can't pay for anything. Your husband has to pay for anything. You can't have a car. How would you feel about your life?
I would feel like there's no freedom, and I'm just forced to do everything.
You would try to leave immediately, probably, right?
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm a guy and I don't want to live under this. Do you get what I'm saying, Chloe?
Yeah.
Do you see how this is also a burden to men as well?
How wearing this is a burden to men?
No, having all these laws that you have to treat women like a child.
They probably think they have a lot of responsibilities now, and having to pay for everything, they think it's too much, and maybe they're not making enough money.
That's a possibility as well. There's so many things. That's why I believe it's important to choose, right? What's best for you. Okay. Alfred, did you read your answer yet? Alfred.
No, I did not.
Read please.
Okay. They are not responsible. Technically speaking, it is not America's responsibility to babysit another country for such a long period of time. Although people die, if America does not leave, they will lose money and other things as well.
Okay. Okay, Angelina. Okay, so I'm gonna ask you guys a question. What's the difference between an immigrant and a refugee? Does any of you guys know? Alfred, Luca, is a refugee the same thing as an immigrant?
A refugee is someone who escapes because they're forced to. An immigrant leaves by choice.
Okay, so on what grounds is a refugee judged for entry? Tell me what would the government care about for accepting a refugee? Alfred, what matters to the Canadian government?
Like they have to be forced to leave.
They have to face danger. Yeah, they face danger, and they can't be dangerous themselves to others. So let's say that a terrorist says, if I go back home, they'll kill me because I'm a terrorist. Do you think Canada wants this guy? Do you think that Canadians want terrorists?
No.
Okay, I'm going to ask you guys a question. It's going to be in the chat. You have to type it out for me. What does Canada and USA want in an immigrant? An immigrant is based on their merit. Is that clear? Justin, is that clear? Michael, is that clear?
Yes.
I want you all to answer me in the chat. What does the Canadian and American desire in an immigrant? What traits, what do they want? Tell me what makes a good candidate. Go. Angelina. Yes. Angelina, are you there?
Yes.
Okay,
I
I want. So, are you saying that your mom's the ideal immigrant?
Well, I guess, yes.
Yes. Do you think that all kinds of people like the type of immigrant your mom is?
Yeah.
Is she a net positive to the Canadian society?
Yeah.
Does she hire people of all races?
Yes. Well,
Is she-
she tries to.
Does she have lots of, does she care about all communities? Does she care about the country? Does she make crime? Is your mom a criminal?
No.
What kind of neighbor is your mom?
She's the type of neighbor that I guess like talks, like she has one neighbor that she texts like every day about like a tenant or something.
Question, is your mom a good neighbor?
Yes.
Okay. Alfred, what would be traits that the Canadian government would not want in an immigrant?
Well, they wouldn't want them to be criminals.
Good.
They wouldn't want them to harm the country or the citizens that are in the country.
How
Things
about
like
lazy? Do you think Canadians and Americans value laziness?
that. I mean, although it is a factor, it's not as important as the other ones, because I bet in every country there's at least a lot of people who are lazy.
There's lazy white people, Black, Chinese, everybody. I'm asking, does the culture value lazy people? No.
No, they don't.
You get what I'm saying? That person will be the outcast, right? Do you get what I'm trying to say? Okay. Michael Lee, answer. Michael Lee.
I did.
No, read out loud for me. I want to hear your voice.
Oh, okay. They want immigrants that can contribute to the country, and they want immigrants so they can benefit the country in some way.
Okay, so what kind of language skills do we want from immigrants?
English or French.
What kind of education do we demand?
Decent one.
How about high school dropout? Is that okay for us?
Probably not.
No. How about your credit score back home? Does that matter, you think? How about if you're a guy who makes lots of debt? Do you think we want you?
No.
So do you see the difference? Let's say a refugee speaks no English and who has nothing to offer. Are they still admissible, Michael?
Probably not.
Yes, they are. Remember, you don't have to offer anything to Canada to be a refugee. Is that clear?
Oh wait, you said refugee. Okay.
Yes,
my bad.
immigrant is someone who's earned their way here by their merit. A refugee, one who qualifies because we're a nice country. Jason, do you feel left out sometimes when we speak about Canada? Jason.
What?
Do you feel left out when we discuss our country?
No.
Do you like Canada? What do you think about our country?
Maple syrup.
Okay, tell me some more things about my country.
It's snowy and it's hockey team.
Yeah, what else?
Are good.
What kind of food do we eat here?
I never studied those.
Okay, I want to teach you poutine. Anyone else in this class know what poutine is? I know Angel's kids know. Poutine, it's national dish, okay? Okay. By the way, Jason, Canada's pretty cool. Okay, let's see. So we understand the difference between a refugee and an immigrant. Okay, I'm gonna share here. There we go. Okay, let's see here. Okay, Angelina, I want you to read number 5. 5.
Sorry. Sure.
5.
The American, hold on a sec. The
Okay.
American model suggests that all countries do better under a democracy. This is
It's bad grammar. I just wrote notes.
false. China, Latin America. Should the West accept Taliban-style governments if the people support it?
Okay, so let's say we found out that 80% of Afghanistan people want the Taliban to be in charge. Should we respect the will of the people?
Yes.
What if 80% of the people want to live under this very bad lifestyle? Bad to women, children. Should we accept it, or should we say, I know that the country wants it, but we're going to fight them? Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, you lag, so I have no idea.
Oh, I'm sorry. What I'm saying is most of the people in Afghanistan support the Taliban.
Oh.
So
Okay.
can we force them to change their mind and live in a country like Canada?
No.
Can we force them to change? Can I make you Indian?
No.
No, I can't make you change from being who you are as Canadian. It's who you are, right? It's how you breathe, right? Okay. So is China a democracy, Angelina?
No. Yes. No. Yes.
No. Okay. Latin America has democracy, but what if 90% of the people just want free money and no one wants to work? Is that a good way to run the country?
No.
So is democracy always the best government, Angelina?
No.
Okay, let's see here. Is Luca here?
Yep.
Where
He's
is he?
here.
Where is he? Luca. Okay. Good. Read the next one. Read number 6.
The withdrawal has caused many refugees. For example, over the past 20 years, large quantities of Afghans worked with the Americans, while the Taliban has promised not to exact revenge. The media reports the country should Canada accept refugees, and if so, how many?
So I just want to qualify. A refugee is not someone who is judged on what they give. They are judged based on what's happened to them. Do you think right now we've accepted 20,000 refugees? Is that enough? Is 20,000 enough, or we should take more refugees? Luca. Luca,
Oh, I didn't take off.
how many refugees should Canada take, in your opinion?
As many as they can, like
So-
if they don't have the resources.
So if we took 10 million, that's okay with you, right?
Probably no.
What if so obviously not, there has to be a number, right? Okay,
Like reasonable.
Chloe, read number 7 for me.
Trudeau has promised not to recognize the Taliban as the official government of Afghanistan. Should we ever develop diplomacy with them?
Diplomacy.
What would have to happen in order for that recognition to occur?
I made some spelling because you know how I am. Okay, Chloe, is China a democratic country?
What does Democrat mean?
It means that everyone votes and they have democracy and freedom of vote and freedom of political party, or is there only one ruler, one party?
I'm not sure.
Well, everyone know about the Communist Party of China? So essentially, China is not democracy. Okay.
Okay.
Even though China is not a democracy, Canada has good relations with China. Okay. We've learned about the Taliban. In your opinion, do you believe that we should ever recognize the Taliban as the legitimate leaders of Afghanistan?
No.
Should we treat them as another country?
Probably, yeah, definitely.
You would. So Jason, you would make an embassy with the Taliban, have the Taliban make an embassy? Okay. It's up to you guys, your answers. Okay, Michael Lee, number 8.
Do
Wait, it's
Canadians
almost
have a
done.
Almost done. 8, go.
Do Canadians have a moral obligation to pay attention to this situation?
In your opinion.
Do we really have to pay attention to this situation though?
Well, it's all over the news, isn't it?
I guess we could.
Justin, go. Justin, are you there?
Yes.
Okay, there we go. You don't have to pay attention, but okay. Read number 9, please. Justin.
Wait, it's
Just-
9 o'clock already.
Shh. Justin, read number 9. Jason, if you don't behave, I'll give you homework. Justin, go. Justin, read number 9, please.
Afghans practice Islam, the same
Good.
religion as every country surrounding them. Would it be wiser to support relocating them to a cultural appropriate environment?
Would you support to relocate them closer, where it's closer to their culture? Do you think it's an easy transition to, let's say, Canada or France?
Can you repeat?
Do you think that the refugees should stay close to their home, or should they come to Western countries?
I think they should come to Western countries because aren't
Okay.
they like trying to go away from their home?
Yes. The thing is, if someone worked with like Americans, it means they're an ally. If they are an ally, it means they were in danger and they qualify for sanctuary. I'm asking you guys, how did you guys enjoy the class? I want you to rate the class today on 1 to 10 on being fun and interesting. On number 10, boring, and you learn nothing at 0. And you can give me any answer you want. I want feedback to serve you better. Is that clear? Is that clear?
Yes.
Okay. Alfred, 10 out of 10?
Yeah.
Are you sure you're not my son? You just no. Did you? Okay, who's next? Let's hear.
Well, I was only here for like 30 minutes.
Okay,
So,
you gotta rate the class, man. Be honest.
all right. I'll
Ja-
rate it.
All right, I love this. Making it ring with those 10s. You guys did awesome today. I'm waiting for my first 8. Come on. Luca, okay. All right, Jason, thank you. Okay, listen, Jason, I'm gonna work so hard to earn it. Chloe, 8. Listen, Chloe, I'm gonna work hard to. All right, guys, have a great night. All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, guys.
Mine was never ending.
I know.
Midnight. So,
right.
yeah.
I accept it. All right, we'll stay okay, Angelina.
Yeah, I was.
Hopefully you guys learned a lot because it was a really interesting subject. All right, I
Yeah.
gotta bounce. All right, peace.
Okay, bye.